Howdy again, boys and girls. So I went to the marina, like I had mentioned, and the marina in my town is a fun place with lots and lots and lots of restaurants and little shops and really high-end place. So I walked there and it was around 2 p.m. and I hadn't eaten lunch, so I figured, well, I'm just going to walk around and feel it out and see where I might land. I had no idea. I had no prior plan. And nothing really called my name. So I just kept on walking, and then I said, well, because I love to have some decadent dessert from time to time, and I don't like to eat dessert after the main meal because I'm full and I never eat dessert, or rarely, very rarely. I decided to go into this little ice cream shop that has an ice cream that I really like, and I haven't eaten there in forever, and I just decided to look at the menu and see, just instead of just a scoop or two of ice cream, like what else could I eat, like in lieu of lunch. So I decided to have a crepe with the works. And when I sit down to eat the crepe, it looked Instagram ready. Like I took a picture, I even filmed it, the girl preparing my crepe. It looked really, really delicious, and it had everything that I wanted. Like I just went all out. You know how sometimes you say, oh, I better not order with whipped cream because it already has ice cream, and it has a cream flavored ice cream, so it was not chocolate ice cream or strawberry ice cream. It was cream flavored ice cream, and it had hot chocolate, it had like everything that I want. So it was beautiful. It was the most amazing thing because it was huge. And I just couldn't believe that I was going to, that was for me. Like, I just couldn't believe it because I normally don't, I don't have very many, I don't do this very often because I just don't have the feel for it. And as I said, I don't eat dessert. So, so I decided to order that for my lunch. So, and this is the distinction that I want to bring to you guys, which is, okay, at any one point of the chronology of your day, of your moment, you go into an ice cream shop, you go into a clothing shop, you go into the movies, you go into a restaurant, you go home, you go meet friends, you go into the supermarket, wherever you are in a particular moment in time. Like I'm here now in this beautiful setting, and you are where you are now, doing whatever you are doing now. And at any one moment in time, you can have a turn on, like I am having the turn on to create this video. And I had the turn on to order that crepe, that decadent, luscious, lavish dessert. And I had to turn on to order it, to pay for it, to sit down and eat it. I had to turn on to take a photo of it, to record it, to video record it. And I had a turn on to take the first bite and the second bite and the third bite. But I'll tell you, was it not for me being a bit hungry because I hadn't eaten lunch, I would have stopped much sooner than what I did. So what happened was I immediately noticed, okay, this is a no for me. This is not the dessert. It's not worth the calories. I always tell this to myself because food has a fuck ton of calories, as you know. And I never count calories, and I don't have a concern for calories. But I've always negated myself the experience of ingesting a fuck ton of ingredients that are not even like health promoting according to the nutrition laws. So I'm sharing with you what all my life has been. Okay, all my life I've allowed myself to eat everything. But the minute that I place a bite in my mouth, if it's not good, I don't stay there looking for the flavor, because if it's not of the gods, on the first bite, it's not of the gods on the second bite or the third, or let alone finish it. It's not there. Because the first bite is always the best bite. And the second bite is also very good, but it's not as good as the first one. It's always decreasing. There's decreasing returns as you eat the same thing. The fifth bite doesn't taste as good as the first bite, and the 10th bite doesn't taste as good as the fifth bite. It's always a bit decreasing, unless it has different flavors and different textures and different foods. But the same food always has diminishing returns, always. So because that's the truth of the impact of food on your mouth, and also the mouthfeel, especially the mouthfeel more than the flavor. If it's not of the gods, if it's not, if it doesn't take your breath away, it's not there. You won't find it. So this is how I've always helped my clients. I used to be a nutritionist for a long time. I haven't been a nutritionist also for a long time. But this is how you naturally, without ever going on a diet, control your weight. Without control, so it's not control at all, but it is just an expression. This is how I've been able to stay relatively slim all my life. It's by just following the truth of my actual taste in terms of flavors and textures. So that's what I did. I left most of it on the plate, and I only ate as much as I did because I was hungry. So I ate mostly the banana, and so the crepe was not thoroughly cooked. It was half rawish, so it was a bit off. So the whipped cream was cheap. The ice cream was not creamy, and it didn't taste like good ice cream at all. It was cheap. I mean, an industrialized ice cream from Nestle or something, it would have been better. And I spent 10.5 euros to leave most of it on the plate. But I did leave most of it on the plate, and that's amazing that you do that. Because if it's not up to par, don't eat crap. Just don't. People many times eat everything because they don't want to waste food, and they are doing this themselves a disservice, because they are eating what is not for them. So that food that they don't want to throw away, they are actually causing more harm to themselves by eating it than they would by throwing it away. And also, people many times eat everything because they don't want to waste money. They already paid for it, so they are going to eat it. So they don't like to waste food, they don't want to waste money, and they have it all wrong. Because when something is not a turn on for you, it's not up to par to your absolute preference in that moment, the only thing that is magical for you, that is health promoting or anything promoting that is good for you, is to turn your back on it. So I turned my back on it, and I didn't even bother to go into the store and share with them what was wrong, because they clearly don't care. I could tell. So I just went into Google, and I gave them 1 star. And I love doing that. I loved having done that. Because when the store doesn't give a fuck, when the business doesn't give a fuck, that's how it feels really good to do it. And this prompted me to come here and share with you the distinction of the chronological experience that you're having. So you go into the ice cream shop, you order the dessert of your dreams, quote unquote, you pay for it, you like drool over it, you sit down, you take a picture, you send it to your boyfriend, you send it to your daughter, whatever, you want to show what you're doing. It's like a colossal thing, it's not an everyday thing. And you are so into it, you're so turned on, you know, napkin ready, and fork and spoon ready, and you eat it, and it's a major disappointment. Okay, so the turn on shifted from high to low, and that's what you need to act on, is the turn on. And every time, in any situation, no matter what, no matter who, no matter when, no matter what, the very best thing for you is to turn your back on that. Stop eating, just don't. Just say no to that. And this is just an example, but this applies to everything. So how come a certain food that looks so good you can say no to it? Yep, it's a turn on to the eye, but it's a no. And this applies to everything, to men. Oh my gosh, it just so applies to men. Okay, boys and girls, talk to you soon. Mwah.